Yo, also Fresno here. Thanks for coming back to the channel. If it's your first time, consider subscribing. Today is an interesting topic. We're gonna be talking about people retiring broke. Like literally not having enough money in their savings to even enjoy life from, after working for so many years. And it's gone to the point where people literally in their mid 60s, 50s, 70s can't even retire. They have to go back to work just to make sure that they can make ends meet.
If I had planned harder when I was younger, and if things had went better, I wouldn't be going to work this morning. I'd be going fishing, or I'd be going hunting. I mean, that's in my mind a lot, and I blame myself for it. We'll just go ahead and punch right in.
Tom Coomer is still working. He's 80 years old.
80 years old. I don't even want to say like max life, like let's say life expectancy is at 100. He literally has 20 years left to pretty much get his everything sorted. And that's even not enough time, you know what I mean? I would have said, let's go to the Philippines, boys. Let's go to Colombia. Let's call it a day,
Part-time greeter, 5 days a week at Walmart.
How long have you worked here?
I'm going on 9 years.
9 years.
I'm only going to work 30.
Coomer is a kidder, but why he's still working is no joke.
When you got this job, you needed this job.
Yeah, you betcha I did. When you lose your retirement at a big place like McDonnell Douglas, you need a job.
In 1994, McDonnell Douglas closed its plant in nearby Tulsa. Coomer, a machinist, had worked there 29 years.
And all of a sudden, a loudspeaker come on, and it said, "Attention, McDonnell Douglas will close in 60 days." And I mean, we stopped and looked at each other and thought, what in the world? To me, that was just like you had walked up and slapped me in the face.
You worked at a job for 29 years? Now, I know in our generation these days, we always talk about like jumping from one job to the next, which to be honest with you, you can make a lot more money doing that than to stay in one job for like so many years. But to work for 29 years on one job and then have that job dissolve and your whole entire retirement is gone along with it is crazy.
All your plans.
All my dreams was just then going out the door.
He was 56 years old and 1 year shy
Of a full pension.
Financially, the Coomers have never recovered. Over the years, they burned through retirement savings, downsized their house and lifestyle, but still have a mortgage they can never pay off.
I would sell that house and tell my wife, let's get out of here, because let's be honest. Like, it's not going to be cheaper for them to live in America with that type of work. I don't even know what the wife is doing, but 1 year shy out of retirement is crazy, man. There was a time where my first job that I got right after arriving to Canada was working at Sears. And I remember working there and they hired me in the job, and there was this one old lady. I could not even forget it. She had been so sufficient and sophisticated with every aspect of the floor. Like, she knew how to use the teller machine. She knew exactly how to put what code and everything. Like, bro, she knew everything. And then I asked her, like, yo, how long have you been working here? She told me she had worked at that same position for 50 years. 50 years. Now, mind you, Sears, 2 years after that, got dissolved. Now you can imagine what she's going through. She didn't even think about looking at any other possibilities. She just said, fine, this is what it is, I'm comfortable. But that's the one thing that taught me that lesson. Like, you can't stick to one job ever. You cannot. You'll be a fool if you did that. Like, if you're making up there some good money, then there's no need to be just jumping from one job to the next. But if you're not even making enough and you're still being committed to one job and you're still struggling, there's no reason to be loyal to them. I'm just being honest, like, especially at a job like Sears and you're a teller, forget that.
She's well past the age of retirement and she's still working.
Di, this is what you should be doing.
Yes.
Sitting outside having a cup of tea,
Yes.
enjoying your retirement.
But there's no stopping Di.
Hello, girls.
What?
Today,
Dog, she has that little stroller that old people use. And you're still going to work at that time? She's like old enough to be my grandmother.
is Di's first day back on the job after shoulder surgery kept her on the sidelines for 6 weeks. She's missed it, and they've missed her.
Welcome back, Di. Thank you. So good to have you back.
But she's also missed her income.
Is there lots of work?
And that's what keeps her coming back to her computer as she edges closer to her 80th birthday.
80!
Why haven't you retired yet, Di?
Because I can't afford to. I mean, my wages are $1,100 a fortnight. That's what I take home. I get 700 odd part pension from Centrelink, but my rent's cut. That wipes out my rent. So I'm really living on the 1,100.
After paying for health insurance, car insurance, groceries and power bills, there's not much left.
I always say that I'd like to work because I want to, not because I have to.
Imagine that being your co-worker and you're giving her a hug, say, hey, welcome back. I'll be like, yo, Di, what are you doing? What are you doing? Give her a reality check, bro. If you're good friends with her, give her a reality check. Tell her, yo, you're close to 80 and you're still here. And they're paying you $1,100. Bro, what is going on? Like, is it me? Or maybe it's just our generation that we think this way. I don't know. The older generation is not really in that mindset, so I understand. Like, and especially when you've reached close to 80, you don't really have much options to start moving around or skipping jobs. And to be honest with you, I think she's better off with that type of job because she sits behind a computer. Imagine you having to do other manual labor like lifting heavy stuff. And you know what I could honestly tell you that might be the cause of a lot of people's situation in this is that they might be holding on to a lot of debt, like for mortgage, car payments, or it could be student loan payments that they still haven't been able to cover yet. And I think that's really what is causing all of these problems. People go heavy into debt because they want to get a course. Then when they get in the job market, they can't get hired, or they're just too old, or maybe they don't get paid enough.
I'm 70 years old. I have no retirement. My husband and I, neither one have a retirement. We are not in agreement about what we should do with the cash that we do have. We have $25,000 cash, no CDs, nothing, that's it. The question is, we owe $27,000 on our home, and the value of the home is about $250,000. We have $11,000 debt on a car. My husband wants to take the money that we have and pay off the car, and then he says apply the $350 a month car payment towards paying off the house. My problem is I'm so stressed. I at least want to have a house to live in, and the way I see things, I don't think I can live anywhere cheaper than where I live right now. I don't think I could even live in an apartment.
Wait. Give me a second. The house is worth $250,000. You have a debt of $27,000. You have cash of $25,000. The car is $11,000. Why don't you just pay off the house and then you'll have $2,000 remaining? Pay that off. Maybe you take the car, do some Uber, whatever. But then you can pay off that $2,000 later. And then sell the house, pay off the car, then sell the car, stack the cash, and get the hell out of there. Go somewhere where your money would do you much more than where you are currently. Like go to, I don't know, Slovakia, or go to Thailand, go to Colombia, somewhere there. Like you can literally buy a house for like, I think maybe like what, $70,000, $80,000, and then the remaining amount of money you can retire, and plus you're making US dollars, you'll be Gucci. Sure, you'll be in a different country with different culture, but at least you'll survive for the rest of your retirement. You're at 71. Come on, cuz. Or maybe even open up like a business out there in those countries, you know, something. And you're having a disagreement with your husband because he wants to pay off the car first? That's so stupid. I guess financial literacy is lacking here.
What we would be paying a month on our home. So I need some help here.
What are you living on? What's your income?
We have $2,000 a month Social Security combined. I have some income that I get above that with a job that I have, but it's pretty physically challenging. I'm able to do it now, but, I don't know how long I'll be able to do that.
What do you make?
Probably another $2,000 a month on that.
Okay. Is your husband able to work?
He has a part-time job. It's kind of whenever the store owner needs him. And so he has occasional income, but nothing that we count on.
Is he able to work?
A little.
So he's got physical limitations?
Yes, he does.
Okay, he's got health problems.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's part of, our situation.
Yeah.
We've had large medical bills, and we've also made some real bad cash investments.
Wow. I mean, I can't judge them. Hey, and listen, this is not any critique to what she's doing. This is just, a learning lesson to understand, hey, like, you have those choices that you can make, especially if you have a partner that you're having a disagreement with at this point in your life. You really need to evaluate your situation a little bit more. I'm not here to say I'm perfect, because I've also made my own mistakes before, but that's crazy. To have a partner and still not be able to make a decision on how you're supposed to allocate your finance is crazy. At 70 years old, bruh, you need to chalk him up and get you another one. Hit to their left. Get you another old city slicker and get him to understand exactly where you want to go with your life. Now moving on from 70 plus. I'm just saying, you'll be surprised. Some people out there like gilfs.
Most people will not retire, or they will have to majorly downgrade their lifestyle when they do. This is because they are dependent off of a company or government pension alone, which little do they know, come the age of retirement, it's not going to keep up with the cost of living, and they will not be able to afford their day-to-day expenses. Instead of waiting for a certain age to retire, what you should be doing is planning ahead. Retirement is not an age, it is a number. Typically, your retirement number is calculated in this way. Your total expenses for a year times 25 is the amount you need in a portfolio in order to retire comfortably.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. She goes through a whole other financial numbers, but your total expense are going to constantly change. So even if you have your total expense fixed right now, what would it look like in the next 2 years, 5 years? I mean, look how prices have completely jumped. If you saw my last video, you should see how inflation creeped up so high. And imagine such a phenomenal increase in price and goods and services. It'll have to constantly increase. So instead of trying to save a particular number, I would say try starting a business or some form of passive income, just so that at least when things start to change, you still have money flowing in. It could be in real estate, it could be a business, it could be consulting, so many things, but it is something to think about for the future. You can even invest it into a Roth IRA or something. One of those things that will constantly give you money regardless of whatever the economic climate is.
Don't want to be 60, 70 years old and realize, what the fuck did I do? I waited till I was 60 to get a retirement check that is now cut in half by the Canadian government. Like, what? Yeah. You see people, it's gone. Your retirement package is gone. So you chose to work for this company or for the government, and based on the fact that your retirement package was going to come at 60, 65, and then you can start living. Buddy, I live every fucking day.
Yes, we get it. I mean, apart from the facetious remark, I mean, he's very much so right. It is crazy, though. I would never depend on an organization for my retirement. That's crazy. That means I'm literally following the same path as every other fool. Sorry. I'm literally following the exact same path as every other person who's ended up high and dry. And I'm looking at that, I'm like, yeah, I should just work and follow the exact same path and, I'll be Gucci. I mean, I'm different. I'm different from everyone else. Nah, it's literally you're following the exact same blueprint as everyone else who's struggling. You need to start thinking like, hey, let's get out of this situation. Let's figure out another alternative.
I am 41 years old and I have absolutely no savings for retirement. I've spent the last 10 or 12 years being a broke single mom and at times living off of food stamps. Any time I've ever gotten ahead financially, I've always had a setback. I'm currently like $14,000 in credit card debt and $83,000 in
student loan debt? Hey, I'm surprised. What type of course were you taking that was worth $83,000 to go and study for? Unless it's like medical or like engineering or something of that nature, but $83,000 on student loan? Bro, I'm telling you, these student loans are killing people. I don't even know why they push them. Like, bro, like, don't make it like the end and be all if someone doesn't go to school. Like, give them an opportunity. I would have taken that student loan and put it in a business, bro. And I would have made the business pay that loan. But this, damn, bro.
Student loan debt. And I don't even have a master's degree. I went to University of Phoenix and got scammed. And I'm hoping to get my University of Phoenix loans forgiven, but that's still pending. Even at that, I still owe $27,000 because I ended up going to a brick and mortar school. So I don't know when I'm ever going to retire. I plan on dying at my cubicle.
What? Oh, come on. No. Bruh, if I ever have any student loan, and I'm sorry if anyone's listening to this, and I owed them in that country, I'm leaving that country. I'm taking that money and I'm out of there, bro. You will not see me, bro. $83,000? And I'm at, what, 41 years old? There's no type of job I could work that would pay me enough to pay that student loan. Maybe like OnlyFans, I don't know. Maybe selling feet pics. I even think about that is making me stressful, bruh. It's sad. I'm so, like, for me, I don't understand why, like, these cannot be forgiven. Like, these student loans, especially if you're past the age of 50, let that be forgiven. Like, why burden someone with a student loan at the age of 50 or 60 and tell them that you still owe them? Especially how she mentioned she got scammed out of it and she didn't even go to that university after that. Come on, there should be a program that is essentially just forgives their student loan. But I think in some ways that it's meant to perpetually just make people enslaved into it, because I don't see the need for you collecting money from someone who's close to, like, who's past retirement, or, you know, like, who's reached that retirement age, and you're expecting them to pay off a loan of like 80 grand. What? Why? Like, what's the point of that? Like, this person probably has medical issues. You know, they're old, they can't work the way they used to. Cost of living is rising. And especially if you're on a fixed income, bro, where are you gonna get that extra money? Bro, you might as well start selling your body parts. That's what it could come down to. It saddens me to see things like this. It saddens me, bro. And then you have people like, you know, what's his name? Warren Buffett out there making like billions of dollars. And then you'll be like, you know, I'm still coming from humble beginnings. I drive this 1997 old Cadillac. Come on, who cares about that? Yeah, your Cadillac shows that you're living humble beginnings, but your bank account's saying something different. You know, like, go and help someone like these people, bro. These people are close to the edge, man. They're pretty much over the edge, man. Come on. Anyway, this was some of the things I wanted to check out, as always. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. I don't know, if you know anyone who's struggling like this, you know, share a story. I mean, we want to understand like what people are going through. And also in the next video, I'll also share some of your comments. But if you like the video, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you like, and I'll see you guys in the next. Peace.